UFC Kansas City is this Saturday night. I'm going to be giving you guys my favorite underdog picks for the card, my 3 favorite dogs of this card. If you don't know what this video is, basically, I give you my 3 favorite underdogs from my least confident to my most confident underdog. We've been doing pretty solid the past few weeks. The past couple of weeks didn't go our way. We went 1-3, but we'll do a quick recap from not last weekend, the weekend before. UFC 314 was a solid pay-per-view, one of the best pay-per-views of the year, but we're going to get straight into it, boys. We're going to start it off with the recap from UFC 314. So for UFC 314, we did go 1-3 on the pay-per-view, unfortunately, and it was the biggest underdog that I did pick, though, which did kind of surprise me. Kind of didn't surprise me, though. Amazing finish by the boy Dominic Reyes, plus 160 if you picked him up. Man, he's on a 3-fight KO streak. The Dominic Reyes comeback is real. A lot of people doubted him. I kind of doubted him. I did pick him as the underdog. I did drop a little bit, sprinkle a little bit of money on that. It was a solid pick. Dominic Reyes, plus 160. I hope you guys took that line. But we've got some solid underdogs this weekend. Quite a few underdogs, to be fair. And I think there's some great value here. Not the biggest underdogs, but some solid underdogs for sure. Some solid underdogs. So we are going to get into it. We're going to start off with my least confident underdog, and we're going to go to my most confident underdog. My least confident underdog, who I still think has a solid chance to win his fight, that's why I'm picking him, is going to be Cameron Saaiman, man. This is a very close fight between Cameron Saaiman and Malcolm Wellmaker, I'm pretty sure his name is. It's a very close fight. Wellmaker's making his debut. Saaiman is on a 2-fight losing streak. He just got beat down by Peyton Talbot. The reason he's my least confident dog, he is at plus 100. It's basically a pick'em, but the favorite is definitely Wellmaker. Cameron Saaiman is just barely an underdog. On some sports books, he is not even an underdog. You have to put down some extra money to make that plus money, but Cameron Saaiman is a solid underdog. You know, this guy has great volume, great cardio. His striking is really nice. He's able to mix up the grappling. But the question is, how much damage did he take from Peyton Talbot in his last fight? He took a long layoff, which I kind of like. I kind of like that he took a year off, recovered, got back to training with DDP, coming back. I think Cameron Saaiman is going to have a nice comeback win. I think it's going to be a close decision win, but I think he will out volume and outstrike Malcolm Wellmaker, and I think he's going to overwhelm Wellmaker as long as he doesn't get hit with one of those bombs, like the bomb that Wellmaker landed on the Dana White Contender Series over his opponent. As long as he doesn't get hit with one of those right hands and gets dropped, I think he's going to coast to a very fair decision. I think Cameron Saaiman plus 100, solid money, solid plus money. Honestly, it's not a great line. I kind of thought Cameron would be a bit of a bigger underdog, and I would have liked if he was like maybe a plus 150, maybe a plus 200, but he is a plus 100. I think he's a solid underdog. Not my most confident pick, but I do think this one will go the distance, and if it does go the distance, I think Cameron Saaiman wins this 10 out of 10 times. But, you got to always worry about Malcolm Wellmaker and his overhand right. I think Cameron Saaiman is a solid underdog, though, to start it off. We will move on to the next underdog, who I am very confident. I think this underdog is solid. I mean, he's in the main event. Carlos Prates, man. Look, I've had such a difficult time picking between Ian Garry and Carlos Prates because Ian Garry, man, he's got so many tools in his bag. He's got so many things he can mix up, right? A lot of people are talking about the grappling. They're talking about the BJJ. They're talking about all his different tools in his arsenal, and I do believe that he is very well-rounded. Ian Garry, I think, is overall more well-rounded than Carlos Prates, but the danger side is all on Carlos Prates' side. I don't think Ian Garry can knock out Carlos Prates. I don't see him submitting Carlos Prates. People forget Carlos Prates has a BJJ black belt. He does have a BJJ black belt. He just doesn't utilize it because he doesn't need to, because he's got fire in his hands. He has training, crazy Muay Thai experience. He's got 6 years of Muay Thai experience on the feet. He is a danger to everybody, and I think he's a danger in this fight. I think he can finish this fight anywhere that it goes, and he's got 5 rounds to do it against Ian Garry, who does leave holes on the feet. He has been he got tagged in his last fight against Shavkat Rakhmonov. He's been tagged by Jeff Neal brutally. He's been tagged by even Neil Magny, hit him pretty hard in their fight. He's been tagged in his fights. It's not like he's coming out of these fights unscathed. It's not like he's not getting dropped by guys. He did get dropped by Song Kanon. A lot of people are pointing at that and are making that a big factor. It's not the biggest factor, but he has been tagged. He does leave openings on the feet, and you can't leave openings against Carlos Prates, who's got fire in his hands. He's knocked out I think it's 5 opponents in a row now, starting even with his Dana White Contender Series. He's on a four-fight freaking performance bonus of the night streak, and he's going to keep it coming, man. I think he will keep it coming. He's a solid underdog, plus 105. You can even take him by finish. I think by finish is plus 170, I believe, by KO or by submission. But Carlos Prates, plus 105. It's solid money. As an underdog, I know there's some question marks with his cardio, but he's been training 5 rounds. I think he gets it done by KO. We move on to my most confident underdog this weekend, my favorite dog of the entire card, somebody who I think is being a bit overlooked by most people and by the sports books. I know this fight is going to be close, and I know it could end very early, but I do think that he can get it done. And the guy I'm talking about is Abus Magomedov at plus 115. A lot of people are going to hate me for this, man. A lot of people like Michel Pereira, and I like Michel Pereira. I think he's very fun. I think he's really entertaining. I mean, he's jumping all over the octagon, doing flips, doing illegal backflips to knee on the ground, like crazy moves. He's jumping around, he's hopping on submissions, he's hopping on all sorts of things. But his cardio is horrible. He leaves a lot of holes to be exploited, like in his last fight against Fluffy Hernandez. Now, I know Fluffy Hernandez and Abus Magomedov have sort of different games, but I do think Abus Magomedov's his takedowns, his wrestling is very underrated. I think he can put it to use in this fight. I think he can slow down the fight. I think he can slow Michel Pereira down, kind of like what Hernandez did, and is going to be able to slow Michel Pereira down, make him get tired, and find a finish or win a 29-28 decision with a gassed out Michel Pereira. I think Abus Magomedov has the better cardio. I think he's more well-rounded. He has learned from his losses. He's only lost to the top guys. I mean, he lost to Sean Strickland, his second fight in the UFC. He thought he was going to smoke him. He went in there, wasted his gas tank in a 5-round in his second fight in the UFC, wasted all his cardio, but he was putting it on Sean Strickland. He was landing some solid shots. His boxing's good. His striking is very, very elite. It's gotten better. It keeps getting better. He was swinging in his last fight against Ferreira. He was able to survive a dangerous Ferreira, and I think he's going to be able to survive this early kind of onslaught by Michel Pereira. And if you are able to go through that first round, being a little bit stressed out, having a bet on Abus Magomedov. If you're able to go through that, once that first round's done, I think Abus Magomedov wins this fight all day. I think he wins the second and he wins the third with ease. I think he's going to tire out Michel Pereira. I think he's going to beat him up on the ground, and I think he could find a submission or a ground and pound TKO victory. So take Abus Magomedov at plus 115 as my favorite underdog of the weekend, my favorite dog of the weekend. I'm going to be playing all of these. I don't know if you guys will, but if you do, drop it down in the comments down below. Also, drop down in the comments your favorite underdogs this weekend at UFC Kansas, and I will catch you boys in the next one. See you.